All right, my friends, here we are. We are back. What an interesting day today. Thank you for your patience. I am so sorry. I know so many of you were here at the time when you should have been here, and I was here too, but the technology was not what we needed it to be. We got it fixed. And do you like my new spooky background? I like it a lot. So Thursdays, what do we do on Thursdays? We do the Tarot Topics newsletter recap. Tarot Topics newsletter comes in your inbox every week. There's a link right in the description to subscribe and read the newsletter. Every week we talk about a new topic, and this week it's about friendship. Friendship, you know, what inspired me was I was talking to someone who had this really great life, great job, great marriage, great kids, but no friends, and was lonely, but didn't really get why friends were important. And it led us in this whole conversation about like how it is and why it is that in adult life, friendship can be so difficult. It's so necessary, but it can be so difficult. It can be so hard to find trustworthy people, people that we enjoy, like-minded people. It's a tough thing. So that's what we're talking about. And of course, you know, my favorite thing, and you've heard me say it before and I'll say it again, your best friends are your tarot friends. Your mystical friends. I mean, even though there can be all kinds of craziness in the mystical community, your mystical friends will be there for you and understand you and speak your language. So let's do some readings on this. Let's go over to Card Cam. All right, here we are. And of course, we are using Wiser Tarot. So here we are. And let's start with Trey. Trey, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Will I make a close friend sometime? Who might this person be, or how would I meet them? You know, and it's so funny because like in the tarot community, in the divination community, we're very used to sort of those kinds of questions around romance. But honestly, friendship is just as hard to find and just as important, just as hard to maintain, just as important to maintain, and just as hard to find in many ways as romance, right? We should be talking about friendship the same way we talk about romance. So, do we see a close friend for you, Trey? Let's see. I feel like it's inevitable and very necessary. I think the problem is, like, I feel like you don't necessarily have a lot of time or energy or tolerance for people that aren't your vibe. And I also feel, Trey, that you are probably yourself a vibe. And so like finding the people that you vibe with can be a challenge. But I also feel like you've been taught in your life that it's probably more challenging than it needs to be, quite frankly. I feel like if you just sort of recognize that there are probably a lot of people in the world that you would enjoy and who would enjoy you, I think it would be very easy to make more than one close friend, and very close geographically. I mean, you know, a lot of us have close friends that are online, that are far away. But I think you could actually make a friend that would be nearby, that you could spend time with in proximity. And I think the way to meet that person is really just to believe that this thing is possible. If you believe that it's possible to have friends, you will have friends. That's really what it comes down to for you. Okay, Alon, good to see you. Recently, my cousin has been very friendly with me. Should I confide in him as a genuine, true friend? Let's take a look. You know, here's the thing. He is giving you that vibe, but if you do confide in him the way you would confide with a real friend, I think it's going to come back at you. I think you can appreciate the vibe, you can appreciate the comfort, but do not share your stuff with your cousin. No, do not. Trey, as I've gotten older, I've gotten less and less tolerant of BS from people. Yep, I think that's the way of it, too. It makes sense. It makes sense. Claire C., good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. How can I find friends that I can trust? You know, it's hard. And I think part of it is as you were growing up, you were trained to trust people and things and circumstances that weren't really worthy of your trust. And so your trust meter is kind of broken. And so this is the problem. And I feel like, Claire, I feel like what you have to do is be very open to meeting people, but do not let people earn your trust until they have earned it. Like, Claire, you're a very trustworthy person. You assume that other people are the way you are. And again, I think you've been trained to trust things that shouldn't be trusted. And so I think when you meet everyone, be friendly with everyone, but don't trust them until they have earned your trust. And that's how you can find friends that you can trust. It is broken. I'm sorry. I know it is. And that's true for a lot of people. I'm so sorry. And so that also means that, you know, you have to trust no one until someone earns your trust. And I realize that sounds horribly cynical, but that will give you the protection you need to allow you to make good friends. Okay, Vaishali, so good to see you. Why do I have less friends? I only have one or two friends. That's it. Do I need many friends, or are these one or two enough for me? And I mean, I think it depends on you, and it depends on like the quality of those friendships. You know, I've heard it said that if you have 5 great friends in your life, you're really lucky. And that's over the course of your life, not all at once. And so I think, you know, some people make the mistake of thinking that their friendly acquaintances are their good friends. And they're not. And so, you know, so the first question for you, Vaishali, is, are the 1 or 2 friends that you have good friends? And I think they are. I think they're good. I think they're trustworthy. So that actually makes you better off than a lot of people because you've got 1 or 2 trustworthy friends. Better than a lot of people. Is this enough? You know, I think you can always be open to meeting more people and making more friends, but I think you're a person who would rather keep a close, tight group of friends than a wide circle of friendly acquaintances, and that's fine. I think it's perfect. Karen Hendershot, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I feel like I attract people that aren't true friends. Yeah, that can happen. I attract people that aren't true friends. They use me for what they need. And if I need something, I'm ghosted. Do I have any true friends, or will I find one, or how do I find one? You know, I bet a lot of people can really identify with that. You know, I don't think you're alone in feeling this way. And so, first of all, are any of the friends you have actual friends? I think you have a couple who want to be. And maybe they have their own issues, and maybe they don't have good skills around how to be a friend. But I think they really want to be. And so the intentions are good. Now, do you attract users? Sometimes. I mean, I think we all do sometimes. I think the problem is you have a hard time recognizing them as such because you, I believe, were trained to be in service to others. You know, like that was your role from the beginning. And so I think it's just naturally, like you're naturally like, how can I help? How can I help? Assuming that there would naturally be reciprocity. And so I think what you need to do when you meet people, when you're establishing relationships, your natural tendency to help, you need to hold that back just a little until you see, like you don't want a person, like a person should not need you to prove your value to them by offers of help. Like a person should like you for you, right? So you don't have to like do Herculean things to get someone to like you. Once you've established who your friend is, then if you've also established that they are like you, a generous and caring person, then you have reciprocity. So I think it's just recognizing that it's your training and your nature to want to help. And there's nothing wrong with that, except you end up helping all of these people who aren't then willing or able to help you. And then what was the point of all of that? So it's just being less helpful in the beginning. I mean, I hate to say that, but there it is. And thank you all for the love for the new background. While we were fixing the tech, we changed the background. Cool, right? Fun. Cheryl and Claire, thanks for your love for the background. Yay. All right. Who's up next? It's Teresa. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. I've been missing an old longtime friend who I had a falling out with a year ago. Will we reconcile our friendship, or is it better to stay as it is? And she was one of the only mystical friends I've ever had. Yeah, you know, okay, yes, coming right to you, Teresa, Claire C. and Karen Hendershot. The two of you have asked a similar question. Claire has acknowledged a similarity, and I see that similarity too. I would love for the two of you to meet each other. I think you'd like each other. You're both creative people, and you're both kind people. So there you go. All right. I look like I belong in an ancient forest. I'm down for that. Yes, I belong in an ancient forest. Yes, I do. For sure. All right. So, Teresa, will you reconcile your friendship, or is it better to stay as it is? You know, the friendship as it was problematic. And you're not the problem here. Joyce Ocean, that's a good idea. Claire and Karen should come to StaarCon. That's exactly right. Yeah, Nalini, thanks for coming back. Yeah, the questions, it's a whole new stream. So yeah, the old questions will not be here. So yes, reiterate your question, Nalini. Good to see you. So Teresa, and this is going back to, yeah, your mystical friends are your best friends, except for when they're not, because some mystical people are going to suck just like other people do. And I'm sorry to say this, Teresa, but I feel like this particular friend, like she filled that role. Like, you really do need a mystical friend, but I mean, no disrespect, but you don't need this mystical friend, because this person can only be a friend when they are, this person can only be a friend, like, I mean, in a way, this is a fair weather friend. This is a person who can't be a friend with someone who disagrees with her. This is a person who cannot be a friend if she's not satisfied with, you know, I mean, I don't think you should pursue this, and I know you're really missing this person, but there's a reason you had a falling out and it was not your fault. Look for other mystical friends. Sorry, but there it is. All right. Oh, Claire, you are trying to come to StaarCon. Yay, wait till you see this new hotel. Oh my gosh, you were at StaarCon in 2022, which was great, but oh my gosh. So much better now that we're out of Omicron, of course, and we're in this new hotel. So much better, so much better. Okay, Teresa, you're spot on. That's exactly how it was. Yes. And there it is. I'm so sorry, but there it is. There it is. Okay, yes, so we're going to have our fingers crossed for Karen and Claire to come to StaarCon. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Nalini, you are the next question. Here we are. My current friendship is struggling. Should I let it go, or am I expecting too much from him? You know, I think the problem is in this particular friendship, I think there has not been good communication, and some of this is because there hasn't been good communication, but some of this is because people haven't quite been sure, you know, so it's not necessarily anyone's fault, but there's not good communication around the expectations of this friendship. And I think, honestly, over time, oh, Aria, thank you. I will come right back to you. Thank you. Nalini, I think over time, the expectations for this relationship have sort of changed and morphed over time. And so I feel like the question as asked is not answerable, except to say this. It's not that you're expecting too much or not expecting enough or whatever. It's that the expectations for you and him have changed, and we're not necessarily communicating those changes, and we're not necessarily communicating our needs. I think you can have a good friendship here. There just needs to be more communication. That's what I think. Aria, I am so sorry. Here we go. Does it matter that I tried to become friends with my spirit guide, Jay? This is for Aria Wilson. Yeah, I think it's good, and I think it brings both of you to healing. I think it creates change. I think really trying to build that relationship is a good thing. It is not exclusionary. In other words, you can still have friendships with people who are of the flesh as well. But yes, I think it's good. All right. Okay, and scrolling down. Okay, Nina Time, good to see you. Where should I keep an eye to meet new friends in the future? Everywhere you go, in person and online. And this is important, not just for you, but for everybody, that, you know, because we're online so much, like we can be friends with people from all over the world. I'm now friends with people that I went to like elementary school with, which would not have naturally happened without being online. And we make new friends online too. But that does not negate the fact that we can still make friends out in the real world. You know, my trick for making friends is to run a tarot group. I mean, I do that for work too. But if you come to my tarot group, you are subjected to being my friend. That does happen. So that's my trick for it. But I feel like the key there is to look for the people with whom you have something in common. Because I think, you know, there are the people who are like your soul friends, right? But there are also the people that, like, you know, we share the love of this music or this TV show, and so we get together to do this thing. And I think that's good. I think that's helpful. I really do. So I feel like for you, Nina, and for all of us, look everywhere and recognize that there are different kinds of friends. And so you can find them everywhere. That's really the thing. Joyous Ocean, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. The men I've met online seem like great friends. Why are great male friends showing up that I have no physical attraction to them? And here's the thing. Like, I have a question to you. Like, are we sure they seem like friends? Or is this your way of saying, you know, their profile on paper looks like someone I could potentially have things in common with, but I'm not attracted to them, so they must be good friends. Like, I'm going to start with the assumption that the people you're meeting online, when you're looking for someone to date, that the assumption that the people you're meeting that you're not attracted to could be good friends. Some of them could be, and some of them not. And see, that's the thing. Like, I think you are like, I don't think you're a bad judge of who a friend can be, but I think because you're so genuine and open-hearted, you might assume that other people are that way too. And so I do think you've made at least one good friend here, but I'm not sure that all of them or as many of them as you think will actually turn out to be good friends. That was not even your question, though. What your question was, why are great males showing up that I have no physical attraction to? And like, again, like, I'm not quite sure I'm going to characterize this that way. Like, you're making it be like, these great guys are showing up, these fabulous men are showing up, and I'm not attracted to them. And that's a story. And I think it is the story about at least one guy, but I don't think it's the story about a parade of men. I think what the real story is, and I mean, the other thing, Joyous Ocean, so you've met two of them that are amazing people that you like hanging with. But again, like, I mean, it feels like this is very recent. And so it could be that they feel like they are amazing people that you like to hang with, and maybe they'll turn out to be. But it feels like you've made that, it feels like you're willing to give them that label pretty quick, even as friends. And I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure that they're going to turn out to be great friends. So that's first, but that's not even the question. But I think what the question is why am I meeting men where there's not a match for whatever reason? Because you are looking for a match. Why are you meeting men? Great. Making friends? Great. But no match. Where's the freaking match? Oh, the match is coming soon. The match is coming soon, I promise you. I promise you. So just keep going and don't worry. And just recognize, like, when you first meet people, some of them may turn out to be as great as you think they are. Some of them won't be, and some of them may turn out to be better than you think they are. In terms of friends, like, do I think through this round of dating that you are going to be making more great friends? Like, nah, I don't know, maybe, but probably not. I think it's really just, okay, not a match, but not a horrible person. Not a match, but not a horrible person. Right, you use the word friend loosely, which is fine. I will use the word friend to describe a whole room full of people I've never met, because on some level, that's a fine definition of the word. But in this case, I would say no. Your characterization of it is different than how it really is, but it's okay, because how it really is this. Just keep meeting people. Just keep meeting people. I will say it thrice. Just keep meeting people. And you'll find a good one, I promise. I promise. I like the soon. Yeah, damn straight. Absolutely. Special meeting activities. Yes, Nina, that's exactly right. Okay. Since we're a small group, Vaishala has asked a second friend. I'm going to go ahead and do it because we're a small group because of technical issues earlier. So yes. Will I get to reunite with my old friends who I've lost contact with over time? Not all of them. Most of them, no, but at least one of them, yes. Von Ray, you're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I am still having trouble finding friends and connecting with people. Will I find friends and community soon? What else should I do? All right. Will it just happen naturally soon? Not as much as you would want. And what you have been doing, and you really have been trying, and the thing is, the things that you have been doing to meet people and find community are good things. They're smart things, they're good things. Why have you had such limited success? Through no fault of your own. Through no fault of your own. What should you do differently? Stay positive, and I know I say this to you all the time, but I know I'm right. Stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. The shift will happen. Is there some weird energetic problem with you? No. It'll happen. Just keep on, stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. And, along this, and I'm saying a similar thing to Von Ray that I am to Joyous Ocean. And it does make me wonder, like how often in life, whether it comes to friendships, relationships, making money, getting a great job, being successful at something, how many times do people just give up 5 seconds before, metaphorically, they would have been ultimately successful? And so when I say don't give up, I really mean it. I really mean it. All right. Febborn, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Just wondering what characteristics would be beneficial or would match my personality. Like amongst friends, what kind of friends would be good for you? That's a great question. I love it. You need people who you don't see as lazy. You do not like people that show up as lazy. You need someone who is poetic. You need someone who speaks their heart. You need someone who has some creative vision. And you need someone who is willing to learn new things. Because that's all you. So you're all of that. So you should have friends who are that. All right. My friends, again, I apologize that we had some tech issues earlier. These things can happen. But every time we do, I learn more, and that's always helpful. From my perspective, I have come to the end of the stream. The end of the questions. If I've accidentally missed you or if you're here and you have not asked a question, it is last call for readings, y'all. And I'm coming over to my full screen spooky forest, which I really love. I'm going to be having some fun times with these backgrounds now. So, just a reminder, the link's in the description. Come to StaarCon, learn about it. Book a reading with me, read the newsletter, all of those things. And I will be at the library in West Palm at noon on Saturday for a free class. Join us. And Sunday at 5 p.m., we have our members-only Zoom for members at the stars level and the suns level. I hope you can join us if you are at the stars and suns level. So, thank you so much. Big shout out to IT John, who has been, today was just a cluster day for weird things with technology. But he's been so kind and so patient and is teaching me how to fix things. So I appreciate that. Oh, Science Giant, I will see you at the 28th, on the 28th at the Mandel Library. Looking forward to that. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. And also looking forward to seeing you at StaarCon. So, my friends, I will look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you so very much. Take really good care. I'll be back tomorrow with your Friday weekly wrap up, and I'll make sure that I teach on Seize the Love. Thank you so much. Take good care, everybody.